Welcome! In this tutorial, I'll show you how to add lyrics to ZGameEditor Visualizer videos. For example,
Last night on Earth, how come you're sad on Earth? This is the last night on Earth, how come you're sad on Earth?
perfect. Let's review the project. We're using the TextTrueType effect to add the lyrics. The automation clip on the lower right is linked to the text line control, and that's changing the text. More on that in a moment. If you haven't already watched the introductory video in this series, I've linked it in the description and on screen now. It explains how to add image layers and render ZGameEditor Visualizer videos. Watch that first and then come back to this one. Remembering that effects are layered background to foreground from left to right, we have a background image of the star field, an image of the Earth, thanks NASA, and beneath that, the Reactive Sphere effect responding to the master mixer track audio. I'm using the alpha blend control on the Earth layer, so the Reactive Sphere effect just shows through.
Last night on Earth.
But you came here to learn about lyrics, so back on task. To add lyrics, open the Add Content Text tabs, where you can see I've typed the lyrics. A pro tip, if you hold the Control key and roll your mouse wheel, you can zoom for easier editing. I'll just put the text line slider to the left. Now, whatever I type on the first blank line will show on the video. So we're just automating the text line control that steps through lines on this tab. Now here's where you can separate your videos from the rest. I'm using the HTML text page. This works with the TextTrueType effect. It's no surprise that this page uses HTML, the language of web pages. There's a help example shown on the panel to the right. Let's look at what we did. First, we have a paragraph tag with the alignment set. It's centered. Changing it to the right does what you would expect. And I could type left, but the default is left justified, so deleting it will do the same. Then we have a font. Face is set to Gothic. This is the letter style being used. You can use any TrueType font, .ttf extension, installed on your system. If I delete Gothic, I'll get the default font. Or you can use any TrueType font in the image line folder, Shared Artwork Fonts. Notice the TrueType fonts here. If I cut and paste the name of the Ubuntu Condense font, and we see it on the video, I'll just set it back to Gothic. That's a system font for me and not in the shared folder. Now here's the most important thing that makes all this possible. The text line macro, including the square brackets. This injects the text from the text tab into this one. You can type text here, hello, but it's a bit limited. So back to the text line macro. Now we're using the TextTrueType effect to add the lyrics. Let's look at how to automate the text line control. I've left the first line blank so I can select it whenever I don't want lyrics to show. Let's just check the upcoming lyrics. Bring me up. Okay, so after right-clicking the text line control and selecting Create Automation Clip, you can then edit the clip by moving the control until you see the lyric you want. Then, right-click the control and copy value. I'll add an automation control point by right-clicking. And you'll want to right-click the point to make sure it's set to type Hold. This will allow you to hold values with a single control point. Then right-click the point and paste the value. Okay, where's the next one? Here. And I'll paste the value. Okay, take me to a galaxy. Copy value. And paste value. So that's the basis of automating lyrics. Of course, you could link the text line control to a fruity keyboard controller and use the piano roll to trigger lyrics too. That's probably a little more efficient when you have lots of lyrics to automate. Before moving on, there are two more text effect options. The TextDraw mode uses the Text tab directly without the need for HTML code. The text line control changes the text as usual, and it comes with some built-in fonts. But you can't change these without editing the script, and nobody's got time for that. Finally, MeshText. In this case, I've used the circular straight control to bend the text around the earth. The text line does the usual trick and steps through text on the Text tab. MeshText is cool as the letters are actual 3D objects that can be warped and manipulated in various ways. However, MeshText and TextDraw work out of the box and the fonts are limited, so you'll probably see a lot of videos using these on YouTube. To keep things fresh, I'd recommend exploring the possibilities of the TextTrueType effect. Simple as adding your text on the Text tab and this HTML on the HTML tab. Plus you have all the power of HTML text manipulation at your fingertips, as shown on the example right. If you would like to get your hands on this project, there's a link in the video information. Thanks to Squareosaur for this cool project that uses the Harmor Ville Vocals Resynthesize library. Until next time, enjoy making lyrics videos with ZGameEditor Visualizer.